I'm gonna start off this video by saying that I liked the original Bose Soundlink Micro because it was very versatile thanks to its built-in strap. I also really liked how the Bose Soundlink Plus sounded when we checked it out a few weeks ago, and I'm still a very big fan of Bose's headphones because they are super comfortable above all else. But now we have the Bose Soundlink Micro 2, and for me, it is very hard to justify this speaker. So today we're going to compare the Bose Soundlink Micro 2 to both the JBL Grip and, more importantly, the JBL Flip 7. Now, one of the biggest reasons why it's so hard for me to justify the Bose Soundlink Micro 2 is because of its price. This speaker has a retail price of $130, which is a lot, whereas the JBL Grip retails for $100 and the JBL Flip 7 retails for $150. The only reason why you might want to get the Bose Soundlink Micro 2 over the Grip or the Flip 7 is because of their form factors. But even still, you'll be better off getting something like the Clip 5. Nonetheless, if you want to pick any of these speakers up, they will be linked down below, or you can always press on the YouTube shopping button. And if you want to further support the channel, then you can watch some of the related videos in the description down below. Now first, there's the design of these speakers. All of these speakers are very durable, so bumps and scrapes aren't going to be an issue for any of these speakers, and all of these speakers are waterproof. However, none of these speakers float, and I also want to point out that the USB-C ports on all of these speakers are exposed, so before you can actually charge these speakers up, you do have to make sure that they're actually dry first. Now, the main design difference between the Bose and these other two speakers is that the Bose is shaped like a puck and it has a built-in elastic loop on the back. So it's very easy to attach the speaker to, let's say, your backpack or even your bike handlebars without needing any extra equipment. The Bose is very versatile, I'll give it that. Whereas both the Grip and the Flip 7 are your more traditional cylinders, and these are going to be stored in your water bottle holder either on your backpack or on your bike. Now, even though the Flip 7 is larger and heavier than the Grip, I think the JBL Flip 7 is more versatile than the Grip because its built-in loop is more versatile and you can also swap it out for a carabiner. Whereas with the Grip, the loop on this speaker is a little too small, so it's not super useful. So overall, if you need something super portable, then you might want to go with the Bose, but regardless, if you're looking for something as portable as the Bose, then you might want to look at the Clip 5 first. But something the Grip does have over the Bose Micro 2 is that it has a built-in light feature. But personally, I think this light feature is pointless because first off, the light feature is on the back, but also this light feature is not color changing and it doesn't even flash to the beat of your music. So for that reason, I just use this speaker with its light feature turned off. Now, when it comes to battery life, both the Bose Micro 2 and the Grip have an advertised battery life of 12 hours, whereas the Flip 7 has an advertised battery life of 14 hours. But the real-world use of the Bose isn't as good as these other two speakers because with the Bose Micro 2, you are going to have to use this speaker at max volume on a regular basis, so realistically, it's going to be good for around 6 hours of playback time. Whereas with both the Grip and the Flip 7, you can use both of these speakers at 80% volume, which is already a decent listening volume, and the Grip is going to be good for around 6 hours of playback time, and the Flip 7 is going to be good for around 8 hours of playback time. And like I mentioned earlier, with all of these speakers, they charge via a USB-C port as they should. However, you can't use the USB-C port on any of these speakers to charge your own devices, which is okay given their size, but you can use the USB-C port on the Flip 7 as a wired connection with your phone. Whereas with these other two speakers, you can't, and I feel that the Bose Micro 2 should be able to use its USB-C ports as a wired connection because of its price, but not because of its size. So that's another reason why it's a little hard to justify the Bose Micro 2 for me. But when it comes to Bluetooth connectivity, all of these speakers can be connected to two devices at the same time, so you interfering can both be DJ. Latency is not an issue for any of these speakers, so you can use them to watch videos with on your phone. And when it comes to audio codecs, both the JBL Grip and the Flip 7 have support for SBC and AAC, but the Bose Micro 2 also has support for Snapdragon sound, but even Snapdragon sound isn't going to help the Bose Micro 2 here. But wait, if you're actually going to charge all of this stuff, then check out our partners over at Anchor. They've got a ton of of battery banks and chargers, and personally, I've been using this new 7-in-1 charging station from Anker. Now personally, I really like this charging base because it has two built-in USB-C cables which retract, and you can use them to either charge small devices like your earbuds, or you can even use them to charge your larger devices like your iPad or MacBook. There's an additional USB-C port, so you can plug in an additional cable, and there's also a USB-A port if you've got any older devices that are using a USB-A cable. Plus on the back, you've got an additional three-prong AC ports, so you can plug in any of your other devices, and this base also has a built-in screen, so you can see how much power it's putting out. You can also see how much power each device is taking, and you can even get temp readouts just to be safe. Honestly, this charging base does save me a lot of clutter here in the studio because I have a lot of devices that just constantly need to be charged. So if you want to pick this charging base up, it'll be linked down below, or you can always press on the YouTube shopping button. And I'm also going to keep a coupon code in the pinned comment down below so that I can get you an extra discount. Both all that being said, now we can talk about sound. Regarding speaker setup, the Bose Micro 2 has a front-wheel firing driver and passive radiators that shoot out the front and back, and that's it. And for me, it's hard to justify the Bose Micro 2, because for much less, you can get the same speaker setup in either the JBL Clip 5 or the JBL Go 4. And with the Grip, this speaker is still less than the Bose Micro 2, and it has a front-wheel firing driver and dual passive radiators that shoot out the sides. And then there's the JBL Flip 7, which has a front-wheel firing driver, a front-wheel firing tweeter, and dual passive radiators that shoot out the sides. And keep in mind, the Flip 7 costs just a little bit more than the Bose Micro 2, and the fact that the speaker has a driver and a tweeter setup is a big deal because that's going to help with your overall instrument separation like this. So like me, I've just seen, the tweeter handles the highs and the driver handles the mids. So this is going to help with your overall instrument separation, and it's going to help this speaker sound more open and thus give you better sound quality. But now we're just going to go ahead and jump into the sound test. We're going to be using both the JBL Flip 7 and the Grip at 75% volume, whereas with the Bose Micro 2, we're going to have to use the speaker at 75% volume and at max volume so that it can keep up.
The horizon pulls me closer, a whisper in the wind. The map is blank before me. Where do I begin? No fear of what's uncertain. The unknown feels like home. With every step I'm finding a place I've never known. Let's go where no one has ever been. A world unseen beneath the skin. Through endless skies, break the chain. Uncharted lands will claim them all. Rise like tides and let it fall. Just in the sea. Come drift with me. Through endless skies, we'll break the chain. Uncharted lands will claim them all. Rise like tides and let it fall. Just endless seas. Come drift with me. Come drift with me. Come drift with me. Come drift with me.
So first, we have to talk about max volume performance. The biggest issue with the Bose Soundlink Micro 2 is that it is very quiet for both its size and price. Because when the Bose is playing at 75% volume, it's nowhere near these other two speakers, and when it's playing at max volume, it's still struggling to keep up with these other two speakers playing at 75% volume. And it's not just the JBL Grip and the JBL Flip 7. Even both the JBL Clip 5 and the JBL Go 4 easily outperform the Bose Micro 2. So for me, it is hard to justify the Bose Soundlink Micro 2 because you are going to have to use it at max volume on a regular basis, especially if you plan on using it while you're riding your bike. Whereas with these other two speakers, 75% volume is already a decent listening volume, and they're both going to be good for, like, let's say a 4-person get-together. And when it comes to sound quality, the JBL Flip 7 easily sounds and performs better than the Bose Micro 2 thanks to that additional tweeter. It sounds more open, and it does have better SMS separation in the mids and highs, although sometimes I feel the Flip 7 leans a little more towards the brighter side. And also, the Flip 7 also has more bass than the Bose because it just has larger passive radiators. So, like I said, for me, it is hard to justify the Bose Soundlink Micro 2 over these other two speakers simply because it just doesn't get nearly as loud, and also both the Grip and the Flip 7, you are going to get better sound quality. But finally, let's talk about pairing these speakers up with other speakers. Now, with all of these speakers, if you have two of the exact same speakers, then you can wisely pair them up and get them to play in left and right stereo mode, but they do have to be two of the exact same speakers. Or with the Bose Soundlink Micro 2, you can also pair it up to, let's say, a Bose Flex 2 or to a Soundlink Plus or a Soundlink Max, and you can get them to play in sync, but you can only have a total of 2 speakers paired together. Whereas with both the Grip and the Flip 7, they're both using Auracast, so you can pair them up with other Auracast speakers, like let's say the JBL Charge 6, or to another Flip 7 or Clip 5 or Go 4, or to the Boombox 4 or to a Grip, and you can get them to all play in sync. But also you can pair up either of these two speakers to any of JBL's larger party boxes that are also using Auracast, like let's say the JBL Party Box Encore 2, Party Box 120, 325, 2720, or to the Ultimate, and you can get them to all play in sync as well. But unfortunately, since these two speakers are using Auracast, you can't pair them out to any of JBL's older speakers that are using Party Boost, like either the JBL Boombox 3 or the Boombox 2, Extreme 3, Charge 5, Pulse 5, Pulse 4, Flip 6, or to the Flip 5. The JBL Extreme 4 is the only JBL Auracast speaker that can connect to both Auracast speakers and Party Boost speakers. And also, even though both of these speakers are using Auracast, you can't pair them up to JBL's Party Light sticks and get them to play in sync like you can with a Party Box. But nonetheless, if you are planning on growing your collection of speakers, then either the Grip or the Flip 7 gives you a lot of options. But just keep in mind, if you are upgrading from a Party Boost speaker, you won't be able to pair it up to your newer Auracast speaker. But with all that being said, for me, it is very hard to justify the Bose Soundlink Micro 2 because of its price to performance ratio. The Bose Micro 2 is a premium speaker that just doesn't sound all that impressive. Now, if you're looking for something small like the Bose Micro 2, then you might want to look at the JBL Clip 5. But from a price standpoint, either the JBL Grip or the JBL Flip 7 sound and perform better than the Bose Micro 2. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit the like button and get subscribed. If you want to pick any of the products up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And you know I can be very particular, so I'll only slap my name on something if I'm really proud of it.